Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the second episode of the short Tazkirah, lovingly brought to you by the Modern Muslimah Project. My name is Ustazah Nikmat, and today my topic will be about the Quran.
Why not? We all make some time or make time for Quran starting this Ramadan and beyond. Quran was revealed in Ramadan. We all know in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 185, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Allah said, Syahrul Ramadan allazi unzila fihi al-Quran. Ramadan is the month in which the Quran was revealed as a guide for humanity. Okay, hudan linnas wa bayyinatin minal huda wal furqan, with clear proof of guidance and the decisive authority. So we have to remember, every time we need to find a solution, every time we are in doubt, why not we turn to Al-Quran and we look for the remedy or answer. So here is 5 tips I can share on how can we maximize the Quran time for our benefit. So number one is we have to remember to make time, to set some time or set an appointment with the Quran. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam every time during Ramadan, he will review. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam reviews the Quran in Ramadan. Okay, the hadith reported by Abu Hurairah. He said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would review the Quran once every year in Ramadan, and he reviewed it twice in the year he passed away. The Prophet would retreat in the mosque for 10 days every year, and he secluded himself for 20 days in the year he passed away. These hadiths were recorded in Sahih Bukhari. Make some time, at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour in our 24 hours given by Allah to spend time to review and read the Quran. So how can we recite and review the Quran? Is of course by reciting the Quran melodiously. You use your nice voice, you read nicely on your own, just to recite the verse starting from Surah Al-Fatihah until Qul a'udzu birabbin nas. However, if you are not able to recite the whole 114 surah in the Quran, make sure you don't leave nothing. At least you start by first juzu, second juzu, or maybe you just focus on juzu number 30 of the final juzu, the final chapters. Okay. So after reciting the ayah, the verses in the Quran, take time to reflect on the meaning by reading the translation according to your preferred language. Use that translation to reflect on the meaning. And after you do some reflection, take time to journal your thought or your takeaways from the verse that you read in the Quran of the day. Okay, and if you are on the time when you are so busy you can't even sit down to read the Quran, make sure you are listening to the Quran, especially when you are on the move, on the go, while you are cooking, while you are cleaning the house, you are doing your work, while you are moving from your workplace to your house. Make sure you are listening to Quran. Number two, choose the best timing to recite the Quran. And if you can see on the screen here is the best time to recite the Quran is Fajar time. So the best time for sure is around Fajar, because this is the barakah, and this is also when the time when our mind or our brain is free from the clutters and chatters of everyday life. Number three, if you choose to memorize the Quran, okay, you can see Surah Al-Quran. Allah say, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنِ, and we have certainly made the Quran easy. لِلذِّكْرِ, to remember. Okay, fahal mim muddakir. So is there anyone who will be mindful? So if we want to recite, Allah will definitely help us to remember the Quran well. However, you have to set a realistic time for you to recite and memorize the Quran. Okay. Number four, practice your recitation. Okay. For those who are struggling, who are still new, don't lose your hope, because in this hadith you can see Aisyah reported Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, one who is proficient in Quran, okay, one who can recite the Quran fluently, okay, is with the noble, upright, recording angels. And who falters in it, mean who are still struggling to recite the Quran, will have to reward. Okay, so don't give up just because you are not fluent enough to recite the Quran. You are still struggling to recognize the alphabets, but you know how to read. It's okay. Take the time and just do it. Okay, remember, Allah will give you two reward if you are struggling. Then plus the Ramadan, how many more rewards will Allah bless you by just reciting the Quran? And number five, always make sure that you keep the Quran close like your handphone. Okay, if you are not comfortable bringing small Quran inside your handphone, make sure you have Quran app in your device. So make sure one of the must have item in your bag, in your heart, and in your life is Al Quran. So download the Al Quran app if you haven't. And yeah, I think that's all my short sharing for today. Let's end the session with Allahumma ja'al al-Quran al-azim rabi'an qulubana wa nura sudurana wa jila'i ahzanina wa zihabi humumina wa gumumina wa sabiquna wa daliluna ilaika wa ila jannatika jannatin na'im. So thank you for watching. Till then, Assalamualaikum.